Principles of sports nutrition.
Okay, so let's start off with a question. What weighs more, 1 pound of fat or 1 pound of muscle? And of course the answer is they weigh the same. They both weigh 1 pound. The difference between the fat and the lean mass, or the muscle in this case, is volume. Fat takes up at least 3 times more space than an equal weight of lean mass. For example, bone, even water, or muscle. So we have to differentiate the difference right off the bat between composition and weight. I've said this before, that weight is simply a measurement of the influence of gravity on your mass. You stand on a scale, it tells you how much you weigh, but it does not tell you what you're made of, and that's the key. And this is very important to understand. Weight is distinguished from mass in that mass is the amount of matter a substance contains, whereas weight is the force of gravity acting on mass. Now, if we stood on the moon, our weight would decrease by more than 80%. We'd still be lean or fat. We wouldn't change, but our weight would change. The volume, which is our occupied space, would remain the same. So we'd still look and feel the same. We'd still need to lose fat. If that was true on Earth, it'd be true on Jupiter or the moon. Composition is where it's at. Now, determination of body mass and its functional capacity is best achieved through body composition and fitness assessment. Because standing on a bathroom scale doesn't tell you what you're made of or reveal how functional and energetic you are. It just tells you how much you weigh. The bathroom scale can be a source of great frustration and negative feedback. In The Quest for Peace, Love, and a 24-inch Waist, author Deborah Lowe advises the reader to stop bowing to the scale gods. I like that concept, the scale gods, because it is a form of reverence and worship for a lot of people. She writes, "The weight struggle is very real when we praise the scale as our personal deity, yet scales merely measure objects, not human worth." Let's also keep in mind that functional fat, meaning essential fats and fatty acids, and the fat that we need from an essential physiological point of view, fat is our friend. It's excess fat. It's that becomes the liability in sport or increases our risk of morbidity and mortality, and also affects our perception of ourselves. Many people don't like excess fat as it envelops their body. They prefer to lose it and never have it. But there's a connection between fat and our emotions and our habits and our behavior, and of course everything that we consume morning, noon, and night, especially at nighttime, because there's a lot of closet eating going on these days, a lot of drive-thrus, a lot of orders that are coming in the silence of our own shadows. So fat loss is something we have to understand. You know, you can clone yourself from the DNA in one of your fat cells. Fat is energy. It's a storage container, and it can increase and decrease with wild fluctuation. And as that occurs in life, your risk for all-cause mortality goes up. Really, there's no rationale behind the objective of purposely gaining excess fat, unless, of course, you are a sumo wrestler. And I've been to Japan, and I've been around sumo wrestlers, and I've asked them questions and studied their exercise habits, and one of the habits of a sumo wrestler that they actually consider a form of fitness is to have their assistants pound on their stomachs as they're lying down and as they stuff themselves with white rice, high glycemic carbohydrates. The objective is to fatten up with complete disregard for longevity, because the average lifespan of a sumo wrestler is significantly lower than everyone else in Japan. And it's because of the excess fat. So the goal here is to understand what it takes to be well, why we accumulate fat, how we need to go about reducing it slowly but surely, and of course everything that we've done to gain the fat has to be reversed, and we need to gain a new habit, a new process, a new paradigm of life that we can embrace and put to the test and demonstrate through the successive outcome, which is what functional medicine is. We can say to ourselves, yes, it's working and I'm doing the right thing. So when it comes to fat and how it deposits itself regionally and throughout the body, remember this one principle: first on is last off.